Hey everybody, it's Jamie Jan, Non-Toxic Farm Mom. You guys, it is beautiful here in Greenville, South Carolina. So I am taking full advantage and getting all my vitamin D. I'm out with the chickens and the guineas, as you can hear over there, and the turkeys. They'll probably gobble pretty soon. And I was pruning my elderberry trees. Actually, I was cutting them back because they drive my husband crazy when he mows. And so, gobble, gobble, gobble. And so I was out here, I'm like, you know what? It is a glorious day to bring my YouTube friends and my Facebook friends and my Instagram friends along to plant some peas. Yes, I'm a little bit late. I'm always late planting my peas here in South Carolina because it goes from super cold to not so super cold, and then it just has some hot days, and peas don't do well in the heat. And so this year I thought to myself, I'm gonna get them in early, I'm gonna get them early, I'm gonna get them early. Nope. They should have been in February, but you know, I'm gonna go with, hey, most months have 30 or 31 days, and so I'm not really that late, but I'm gonna take you along and we are gonna plant some peas today. How many of you like peas? And yes, these are not non-GMO and they're not organic, which is my usual go-to. But you guys, last year seeds were hard to find. The last 2 years, seeds were hard to find. So I grabbed what I could, and I have 4 packages of these babies left, and so they're not getting wasted. They're going in the ground. Remember, my philosophy is that you can grow your food and you can be non-toxic on a budget. And so I'm being frugal. I'm not gonna go buy more, and I am gonna plant some peas, and I wanna bring you along with me. And y'all, it's a journey. It's not just putting these suckers in the ground today, because I had to get the rows that I plant these in ready. So I'm bringing you along for the whole thing, thanks to time lapse, and showing you what I'm going to do today. It is quite the chore because the mulch pile, the wood chip pile that I need to use, is clear down there in my driveway, and the garden that I'm planting in is clear back there. But I put on my Wonder Woman mindset, my Supergirl mindset, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need the help of my farm children. Sorry, my neighbors are doing something really noisy back there. Can you hear them? I'm not sure what's going on, but it's very loud. Anyway, the girls had school, or were doing school and had piano. My farm boy is in college. My husband works full time. But I want to show you that if you want to grow your food, you can grow your food. And my garden is clear back there. You can do it easier. You could have a garden bed. Peas will grow just about anywhere. You just need a trellis or something for them to vine. But if you want to grow your food, you can grow your food. You can make it happen, whether you have a farm, whether you have a homestead, whether you live in an apartment and only have a balcony. So come along and let's go plant some peas. Jamie Jan, Non-Toxic Farm Mom, and I thought I would show you day 2 with my gorilla wheelbarrow, a shovel, and a rake are my exercise and lots of vitamin D. And some of you may be saying, well, what's the big deal? Well, it is a big deal because it is a long way from the wood chip pile to my garden, and I'm doing it all by myself. Go me. Okay, so I told you we were gonna plant peas, I showed you the wood chips and all the trips back and forth to this area of the garden. So if you watch the time lapse, obviously it took me much longer than that, but thank goodness for time lapse, right? So if you watched, you saw that I brought the wood chips out and I put them along both sides of my trellised rows. So why wood chips? And you know, we didn't even talk about that at the beginning, but wood chips are my best friend, and they could be yours too if you have a place to put them, and if you are willing to let them compost a little bit. I use them every year, and guess what? You can get them for free. Okay, I will drop the link below, but it's called chipdrop.com or chipdrop.net. I will have to look it up for you, but it has never failed me. Now, I know some of my friends have tried to use it. Oop, there went a bug. And have had no success, but every time I have put a request in, I get wood chips. I guess 18 months ago or so, we had 2 truckloads dropped in our driveway. Last year I had 1. My family cringes when I say wood chips are coming because they know that means a lot of work. But I put them all over my smaller garden, which is down there, which I will show you at some point. I put them all over this great big garden. The wood chips compost, and they put good nutrients into your soil. They help keep the weeds down. That's super important. So I don't always have to till every year. I don't have a no-till system set up, but I don't have to till every year, usually, or at least parts of it. So during the winter, we'll put chicken manure down and let it sit all winter, and then we'll put wood chips on top of it. And we have really created quite the fertile soil. When we moved here, it was just hard red clay. And that's what you get where we live, hard red clay. And we have turned it into something miraculous that I just am so proud of. So, chipdrop.com or chipdrop.net, I will put it there. You don't have to pay. If you're willing to have some bigger sticks and things in with your wood chips, you will get it faster. They're super great. They're arborists that are out trimming trees anyway, and most of the time they would rather dump it in your yard or your driveway or on your homestead than haul it, because they often have to pay to get rid of it. Now, you do have the ability to pay like 20 bucks and it might move you up on the list faster, but I've never done that. So I do this every year. Springtime is a great time, fall is a great time. I know they've been trimming and cutting back trees along power lines and stuff around here, so you can do that. If you're part of a local farm group on your social media, Facebook, Instagram, those things, some of those people might be able to help you out too. So you might want to join a local gardening or homesteading group or small farm group, and get to know those people in your area. The people that I am in groups with are wonderful, and they also will have access to things like that. So I put those wood chips down. I pulled up a few weeds that had grown up over the fall and then in the spring a little bit, not very much, mostly chickweed, and of course the chickens love that, so I feed it to them. I tore down the dead vines from last year's crops, so I grow peas here, and then I usually grow cucumbers here too. And both of those things like to have something to vine on, so that's why I use the trellises. My trellises are totally makeshift. You'll see that in the video, but they work. So now it's time to get the peas in the ground. And because I put the wood chips down, y'all, all I have to do is just poke these down in every few inches. I don't have to make a row with my hoe like I do with some plants. I just stick these down. So I'm not sure how far a pack will go, but I have 4 packs. I'm pretty confident I'll get 4 rows here, and then hopefully some around the little garden. So here we go. Let's plant. of peas. And you guys, I only use, I don't know, 2 3/4 of my packets. So I have like 1 1/4 packets left. So we have another spot where I was gonna try to plant peas this year. So I'm gonna walk down here. I have this smaller garden that's all fenced in. It's usually where I put my spinach, my kale, sometimes broccoli, those kind of things. I have it fenced in because those leafy things are the things that my free-range guineas and chickens like to eat. So I think I'm going to work down here. There's a fence, so that'll make a great trellis, and I can plant the other 1 1/2 packets down here in this little garden. So I'm gonna do that. And then I will be done for the evening and I can go in and fix dinner for my family. But some of you might be thinking, so Jamie, what all do you do with peas? Well, y'all, I am praying for a bumper crop this year. Usually we just get enough to eat on. And I like to eat them right out of the pod. I like to eat them fresh, but they're great on salad. So we like to have them fresh. I'm not a huge fan of cooked peas unless they are in a casserole or something like that. So what we do is we dehydrate some and we freeze some. We like to have some frozen ones for salads and things throughout the winter, excuse me. And I like to have dehydrated ones because you know me, if you've watched that dehydrating video, go back and watch it. You can dehydrate frozen vegetables from the store, but you can also dehydrate vegetables right from your garden. And I like to have things that we have dehydrated because if I lose my frozen stuff because the power goes out, I've got dehydrated vegetables, and I love to use dehydrated vegetables. So with our peas, we will eat some fresh. We hopefully have enough to freeze some and dehydrate some. I typically don't can peas, but if you like canned peas, you can preserve them that way. So I'm going to encourage you to plant something this year. If you watched my planting series that you can grow food too, I've got videos 1 and videos 2 where you have seen me plant the tomatoes and they are growing like crazy. So in a couple of weeks I'll be able to come back and we'll do video number 3 because it'll be time to get them out. Sorry, my nose itches. I think the pollen is starting to happen here. I can feel it. Anyway, we will do video number 3 where I will start putting them outside on my porch where they can get used to the temperatures outside and the lights out here and the darkness out here. I mean, they do get dark time inside, but just be outside. They need to, that's called hardening up. So they need to do that. So we'll do that and then we'll be ready to plant them. So the tomatoes will be out in the garden probably, I don't know, I kind of push the limits. Some people say not until closer to May around here, but it'll probably be April where I put some of them out. But grow something, grow peas. Remember, you don't need a huge garden space. If you have a small square foot area, you can do square foot gardening. You can do straw bale gardening. There are so many different things. You can have raised beds on your porch, on your balcony. You can grow some foods. I'm going to encourage you to give it a try. You guys, I never thought that I would be able to grow gardens of food, but we do, and we love it. And the sun is taking over my video. Whoop. All right, so I hope you will try some gardening. So I want to show you my little garden, and I want to show you how big the big garden is, and then we will call this. Okay, so this is my little garden. Can you see it? You know what? I can't even see what I'm videoing. I guess I'm going to have to edit here, y'all. Okay, so this is my smaller garden. So this happened a couple of years ago. We had a chicken coop that sat here, and it was time to get rid of it. And so we took it down, and you guys, the soil was so fertile from having chickens in there that we decided to turn it into a garden, and it has done bumper crops of everything that we plant in here, and we love it. So yesterday I came out here and I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth 14 times and put all of the wood chips on here so it is ready to go. And there wasn't that much weeding that I needed to do, so now this is ready to plant. You can see I have one. Do you see my little kale? I have one little kale growing down there that came back from last year. I love it. So I will be planting kale and spinach in here. And today I think I'm going to use this fence and I'm going to plant the rest of those peas just along like 1 1/2, like one long side and one short side. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. And then just so you can have some perspective, I have some work to do. I gotta get all the chickweed out and stuff, but this is our big garden. So way down there by that chicken coop is where I was planting those 4 rows of peas. And this is our big garden. So it is ginormous. And yes, the chickweed has taken over, but I love it. I come out here and I feed the chickens chickweed every single day. They love it. And in a couple of weeks, I will have to till up this end. This end isn't quite as fertile as the other end. And I'll put some wood chips on it and we will be ready to go. So this is what farming and my little homestead, my garden looks like. So if I can do it, you can do it. I encourage you guys to give it a try. And if you do use wood chips, I'm gonna go back over here. I want to show you something. Okay, if you do use wood chips, you guys, they can't go directly on your garden when you first get them. So remember that. Can you see how these look more like mulch? They've really composted and decomposed. It's out in my driveway forever. But you don't want to put it, there's too much nitrogen. If you put it straight on something, it will ruin your plants. So you do have to be a little bit patient. That's why I try to have it delivered in the fall or the winter so that it can sit for a while before I put it on the garden, or have it delivered in the fall and then you will be ready to go. The chickens would like to say hello. Say hi. You're on YouTube. I think they've been dust bathing and laying out in the sun. Those are some of the chickens on the farm. Okay, y'all, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed planting peas with me. I hope you have seen how you can do this anywhere. I hope you can see how you can utilize free wood chips. I hope that was a valuable tool. You don't have to use them. You might have beautiful soil already in your garden, and you might have sources of compost that you use. Go for it. But I just wanted to have a little fun today. It was so nice to bring you along with me while I planted my peas today. And when they come up, I'll be sure to show you how they are growing and progressing. And when it's time to harvest, I'll bring you back and we will take a look at the peas. Thanks guys for being on this journey with me. Drop a comment below, share, like, subscribe. All of those things help me grow this channel. I love you guys for following along. Bye.